Mercenary, thief, assassin. Whatever brings the silver to the table. Mercenary is known for his dirty tactics in battle and crafty ways of gaining the advantage. Knight, with pure and righteous ways of the warrior, having been trained for combat since a child, Knight excels in close combat and with different weaponry. Dark Priest, bearing no burden on such things as morality and ethics, gives Dark Priest an edge in blood magic. However, devoting oneself to magic has left his physical body weak. Outlander, hardened in the freezing winds of the north, Outlander is an epitome of survival. He knows all the tricks to stay alive, even in the most impossible of situations. We start with Kahara of the north. You were born with the soul of the endless. That makes you yearn for freedom and forces you to push your creativity to its limits. You put your creativity to the test in the most harshest of environments. You were born and soon abandoned in the capital of the Eastern Sanctuaries, Jataya. You had to choose at a very young age to either become a pickpocket or a burglar, or try to struggle and lead an honest life. You chose burglary. Your life spent learning thievery certainly didn't go to waste. You learned to live with constant fear and danger over the years. The crude streets of Jataya taught you valuable lessons. One of them, lockpicking. As you grew older, you took part in various mercenary armies and learned the dirtiest tricks to stay alive. You were taken in by a notorious veteran highwayman, and you joined his little band of criminals and ex-soldiers. During one of your many raids, your brigade got ambushed. The odds were seriously against you. You could have just abandoned your comrades and kept your life, or you could have fought to your last breath. You abandoned your comrades and learned escape plan. You traveled across the land in your raids and eventually settled down in the kingdom of Rondon, where silver was loose as long as you were up for getting your knife dirty. One day, you got an ominous task from the officials of the kingdom. You are to be paid well in silver if you get a captain of a fabled mercenary army out of the dungeons of Rondon itself. From the dungeons of fear and hunger, the morbid place has been used as a wartime prison by the kingdom, and for some reason, they need an outside sword like yourself to infiltrate their very own stronghold. Something is clearly not right about this mission, and you have felt nauseous since the moment you agreed on the job, but you are short on silver, and the reward is all that matters in the end. You spent your last night in the kingdom, rushing straight for your mission. You learn Dash. The dungeons of fear and hunger stand in front of you. step inside the darkness and feel your sanity decline with every passing moment. There's a guest book on the table. Someone has written passages here.
This nightmare has taken its toll on me. I'm devolving into something far lesser than the man I once was. All the high morals and ethics have no value here. The things I've done to survive. There is no place for a little miscreant like me in the warmth of the sun anymore. I am a part of these dungeons now. Part of this never-ending nightmare. Just one more cog in this machine of fear and hunger. In a way, I find it comforting. I have a definite place in this wicked world. But I am writing this here as a warning for anyone who happens to step down to this darkness. Do leave, if it is still possible.
You find a small booklet under the guest book. You take the Book of Fears with you. A book written about different phobias. The Book of Fears and Phobias. Necrophobia, fear of death, dead, and corpses. Phasmophobia, fear of ghosts and ghastly figures. Rhoptophobia, fear of magic and otherworldly powers. Erotophobia, fear of sex and genitals. Zoophobia, fear of animals and beasts. Teratophobia, fear of monsters and malformations. Panophobia, fear of everything. There's a statue depicting the new gods here. Someone has written "Save us" here with blood. There seems to be a little girl inside the cage. You open the cage door with lockpicking. The girl is staying quiet. A ritual circle is carved here. Sacrificial circle for the older gods. To appease gods or gain favors from them, this is the place to offer your gratitude. Rogaroth, the destroyer of men, yearns for human sacrifices. Sylvian, the goddess of fertility and love, wishes nothing more than an act of love in her name. The mist here carries the same odor as the dungeon air. Judging from the contents of this table, this room is the office of the captain of these dungeons. Further in, you notice a man reading a book. Huh. You're with a sane mind still. Please leave me. I'm not here to make acquaintances, and I fail to see what worth chatting with you would bring. You decide to leave, not pushing him any further. Behind the bookshelf lies a backyard. Does the mist carry tiny spores in it?
Hold it! I see. Seems like you still retain your sanity. In a way, it's reassuring to see that I am not completely alone here. Tell me, are you evil?
No.
Only time will tell. You'd be surprised what you are truly capable of once you stay long enough here. But your presence here just means these dungeons will claim one more victim, and the evil residing here will grow that much stronger. If I were you, I'd try to escape these ancient walls by any means necessary. For your sake, I hope our paths don't cross again here. Stay cautious in these dungeons. The evil in this place is of pure kind. It's not just here to torment us. It's not here to spread its roots into the surrounding world. Even if the dungeon's vile traps and decrepit monsters would lead you to believe otherwise, its interests are already past this world, and this place is a relic from its long history. Who are you? You can call me Ragnarvalder.
I am an outlander. You find a dagger. It's small enough to arm the girl with. You give it to the girl, and she seems surprised to get a gift such as this dagger. Seems like she is not used to kindness of any kind. In any case, the girl seems excited about the dagger.
Welcome to the meadows, O traveler. Let us ease your suffering. The first one is free.
You decline. Hear footsteps closing in.
Ah! No, wait, you're a sane one, right? Right?
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, I'd be dead now. I don't have time for this. Listen, I've been lost in these dungeons for what feels like a lifetime. My sense of time has become blurry. It might be years, months, or I fear even just weeks. I just cannot handle it any longer. I feel my mind giving up already. I just can't. I don't know what business you got here, but if I were you, I'd run out as fast as possible. If escaping this place is even possible anymore, that is.
What was that?
You can hear breathing from the darkness ahead. The cage door is firm and locked. There's no way to open it without a key. Someone or something is walking towards this room. We are going to ambush it. A wretched-looking person walks out of the shadows. You attack him straight away.
What?
The man seems familiar. Then, the captain's diary you found earlier flashes in your memory.
Captain Rutimer, 16th of January, 1590. Trotor once again went too far with his wicked methods. The prisoner was but a child, but already he had to go through so much torture that he shit himself more than he bled. I must say, I'm afraid of Trotor to a certain degree. Sometimes, I think I would do this world justice if I just offed him with my blade. Very few know, but Trotor used to be a famed holy knight of Rondon back in the day. He was able to achieve great fame at a very young age, but during our holy campaign against Eastern territories, he was captured. Everyone presumed him as dead. He died as a war hero. He should have died as a war hero. But 5 years later, when we occupied the eastern capital, Jataya, we also found what was left of Trotor. He was but a shadow of his former self, a disfigured hunchback man with barely any resemblance to the great hero so many adored. I'm sure during those 5 years he went through every method of torture he puts to use himself. Just to honor the memory of Trotor the White, I let this monster live today. Although, I see great contradiction in my words here.
Who in the lowest hell are you? You can still surrender and be a good child. I need new test subjects. I'm a doctor, you see.
Prepare to die.
Do not underestimate me.
Trotor is slain. You search him and find the second floor key on him. You managed to get rid of that wretched torturer. Absolutely magnificent! But the dangers of this dungeon don't end here. What are you doing here? Ah, well, it's complicated. Let us trade words in a more secure environment. Do you want to travel together? You are heading towards the darkness. I apologize, but not this time. I will catch my breath here for a while. The bed is in bad shape. The dungeons feel very dingy and unsafe, but you could have a brief respite here if you chose to do so. And you do.